Whoa, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. First of all, I'm going to tell you guys right now before I forget later in the live stream. No live stream next week. I'm going to be out west seeing family. I'm going to be out in Idaho enjoying the beautiful mountains, the snow-capped Rockies. It's going to be gorgeous and I'm going to love every second. And I'm sorry, as much as I love you guys, I will not be thinking about you guys next Sunday while I'm basking in the mountains. So there you go. You have your warning. Secondly, what I want to tell you is go listen to Sweat Grime, our podcast, because it's incredible. It's amazing. Everyone that listens to it is giving us 5 stars. Everyone loves it. So go listen to it. And I want to thank our sponsor over on Sweat Grime, Phaser Marketing. Luke Eggebrotten, you are the bomb diggity, man. I really appreciate you. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at, starting this thing off. So I am going to start tonight a little differently. I want to propose some food for thought, maybe a healthy discussion. Domino's Pizza, since they revamped their pizza lineup here about 10 years ago, one of the more underrated pizza places. I'm going to be honest. I'm digging the new Domino's Pizza. So give me your thoughts. Healthy discussion. Let's keep it civil in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. I know how we get a little riled up when it comes to pizza. So there you go. What have we been doing this week? I know that's on everyone's mind because it's the question I get asked all the time. So let's see here. This past week, I spent actually a fair amount of time in the office here in the studio recording a couple things. I had about 3 episodes of The Dirt that I needed to get recorded. So I was actually here in the studio doing that. I did a classroom talk for Crew Collaborative, which if you guys aren't familiar with Crew Collab, check them out on Instagram. They are all over the place. It's basically an... oh my lord, excuse me. I apologize. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, how unprofessional. Anyway, it is an organization that's basically put together to spread word about the trades. It started off as all females, so it is very heavy into the female side of the industry, which I love. But they're geared towards getting in front of high school and middle school students and kind of getting awareness out there about the trades. So I actually have another classroom talk tomorrow at 8:40 in the morning, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, so we're gonna do some classroom talks, and then this week I'm actually breaking ground on the studio, the new studio, my new living space, the project that I have been anticipating forever. We are actually going out. Rick and Matt and I are gonna dogpile on it, and we are taking a skid. I've got a dozer coming mid-morning. We're gonna jam in the driveway over the next couple days, drop a bunch of trees. It's gonna be a good time. I'll get some footage of the property. I already went out, let's see here, Friday, and got some raw footage of the property before it was really touched, outside of the initial kind of mulching our way back in there. So yeah, that's really, really exciting stuff going on. So that's coming up this week. Last week, again, touching back to that, we did 3 episodes of The Dealer Lowdown. We did 1 episode of Sweat and Grime. And then, man, I'm trying to think of what else we did last week. We did go out to the large beverage manufacturer that we are working for, that I don't know if I'm allowed to name or not. We did go out to their facility to walk off some measurements and kind of get some more details on a bid that we're working on for phase 2 of that project. It's basically, we are going to tear out a section around the backside of their building that right now is just service bays, basically, where they pull the trucks in to load them up. It's not, service bays isn't the right term, but basically where they can load the trucks up. They're wanting to make that 8 bays wide, so we are going to rip out existing concrete, dig down about 4 feet, put a 5% grade down so that they can back the trucks down into these loading bays. There's going to be a couple of retaining walls that go in. They're talking about possibly having us do about 200 to 250 feet of sewer main, or I should say their sewer lead, but it's really a sewer main. It's a 12-inch 12-inch concrete pipe. I mean, it might as well be a main for a sub. So we're ripping that out. We're actually going to re-divert it, possibly. They're going back and forth on whether they want to do that. So yeah, that's kind of this week in a nutshell, or last week in a nutshell. So that's where we're at. Now, that being said, I also want to mention here, as you can see with the pinned comment here at the very top, we have merchandise through YouTube now that's actually being promoted, which is cool because none of you guys know it actually exists. So you can get merchandise if you click up above. It should take you to the store. My goodness, we are firing off with Sausage Links hitting us up for $5. Thank you so much, Sausage Links. My man, start my apprenticeship in the morning. Wish you luck. Man, you don't need to, I don't need to wish you anything. You just bought luck. I mean, that's gold in the bank right there, what you just did. $5, sausage links. Thank you, sir. And absolutely don't hesitate to reach out. There it is, right on cue, right there. My email address. Absolutely, if you're in the apprenticeship program, you got any questions, hit me up. I am here. I respond most of the time within a day. You know, we've got some big projects coming up, guys. You know, give me a couple days. If I don't respond right away, I promise I'll get to you. But yeah, there we go. Oh, by the way, another point of news. I did find out in the Global Operator Challenge, I did not make first place. I did not make second or third. I made fourth place out of all the operators that competed here in Michigan. I placed fourth. I don't know where Rick placed. I did not get his placement. They haven't emailed me back with his positioning, but I do know that I placed fourth out of all the operators. So, you know, for the first time out, having not a clue what I was doing, and I drank way too much coffee that morning, so I was super jittery. I'm quite happy with fourth place. I think next year I could probably get in the top 2. That's my goal. I'm going to be in the top 2 next year. So we'll definitely do it again next year. So that being said, let's get into the comments here. I did notice we already had Kingsman asking about an operator position. And boy, that's really inconvenient that pinned comment is really going to block my view. Hang on just a second here. Boy, I can't get that pinned comment out of the way. I think he was asking, he is out of India, maybe Pakistan, I don't remember, wanting a job. I don't have jobs. I can't get you over here. I get that all the time from people overseas. I don't have the ability to get anyone in the States. I don't have any ability to get anyone a job over here. So basically, you've got to go through the State Department. You've got to get a work visa somehow. I have no idea what that process is like and how to even start it. And then once you get your work visa, from there, you can actually come on over and you can get yourself a job. And we would be happy to hire you over here because we have a ton of job openings over here. Shane, we got Shane, the lever monkey. Go check him out over there if you haven't subscribed to Shane. What's going on, brother? You know how it is, man. You got to show up like a day early to get the first comment in, and then you just take off until live stream time. So there you go. And I can totally relate with editing a video, except normally, instead of it being my wife that's pestering me, it's my children that are in and out of the office wanting to chat with me or show me things or just wrestle in the middle of the office while I'm trying to listen to my audio while I edit. You know how it goes. We got Colton Magby, just spent the weekend camping at Woolly Hollow State Park. Loved every second of it, except the flies were being annoying. I don't know where that is, but I don't envy the flies, because up here in Michigan, we have the biting flies and they're terrible. And when they are out in full force, you don't want to be outside. It's miserable. Well, here we are again. Absolutely, Desiree, that is exactly where we are again. Colton Magby, what's going on? Already said hi to you. So it's back and forth. We got Brandon Culpepper in here, backhoe champion. Yeah, you're right, I'm the backhoe champion. I don't know my individual placements per machine, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would tell you guys where I ranked on the backhoe. I think I did pretty decent. I got all but 2 of the balls into the barrel. There's my wife interrupting the live stream with her reel again. We're almost on a timer now. It's a weekly timer to where within the first 5 minutes of the live stream, she will walk in, take a reel, and then hold it right next to the microphone to let the audio play. So that being said, let's get back to the comments. How's it going? Colton, how's it going? He gave us the statement. I love that. It's not even a question. You're going to tell me, Richard, how is it going? Richard, what's going on? It's good to talk with you. We did try to play outside today. We were supposed to take the boys to a baseball game. Unfortunately, for those of you with children, you may be familiar that what is the phrase, Melissa? The best laid plans of mice and men. Isn't that what it is? And maybe I'm combining 14 quotes into one, but it sounds good, and I do, fancy myself a wordsmith here. So, but yes, unfortunately, our children could not get their behavior together, so we had to skip the baseball game. So we went shopping, and I got shorts. That's how I spent my lovely Sunday. It's kind of like Will Smith in Old School, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we'll have time. Oh, and we hit a bookstore. That's right. So we hit a bookstore. I taught Jack a little bit how to play chess. We found an old arcade game with Donkey Kong, so we played that for a while. I mean, it turned out to be a nice little Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, nice little Sunday. But no, I did not play in the dirt at all. That starts tomorrow. So tomorrow we are putting in the drive. We're dropping trees out at the property. We're gonna get the ball rolling so I can get a well drilled. I mean, we're starting to move the ball materially on these studio builds, so that's pretty exciting. Let's see here. We've got Backhoe Champion. Already talked about that. Ryan Wagner, what's going on? Good to see you, my man. Richard, I threw my back out while folding laundry, and oh boy, does it hurt. I took aspirin and now I'm drinking to get me to sleep tonight. Richard, how aggressively are you folding the laundry? That's true. As Melissa just said, it's a good thing. Well, that's why I don't fold laundry, because, I mean, as the breadwinner of the family, if I were to throw my back out folding laundry, we would just have to go hungry. And so my personal motto is, dishes, laundry, vacuuming, mopping. These are all activities. I'm not a chauvinist by any means. I'm not a sexist by any means, but these are all activities that I could see easily throwing my back out in. And again, if I'm the breadwinner of the family, I'm the only one pulling in the income. If I were to pull a muscle, it would not be good, ladies and gentlemen. I do not want my family to starve. I think it would be it's irresponsible for me to pick up the vacuum or do the dishes. That's all I'm going to say there. I'm just looking out for the family. Kingsman, you can get an excavator job, but first you got to get a work visa so that you can get a job over here. Otherwise, you can get a job wherever you're at, but you have to have a work visa to get over here to the States. No, I don't know anything about that process. I have no idea. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. We got Colton, we got Richard, we got Ryan. I've said hi to everybody. We got Matthew Vanderkloot, which I do remember you. You have been in here before, because I remember thinking that is a fantastic last name. Glad you're doing the classroom talks. I wish I had learned about the trades before listening to my high school teachers and wasting tens of thousands of dollars on university. Hey, I'm glad you're a part of the club. That's all I'm going to say, because I also went to college and wasted a bunch of money and time, and I could have been a foreman or a superintendent by now, but instead, you know what? I'm okay with my life path. I'm still angry about college, which is why we talk about it all the time, and I am angry about it. But all of the experiences have led me here, to be right here in this moment. And I have to say, I'm very blessed to be here in this moment. I have a lot of great stuff happening right now. The channel has a lot of great stuff happening right now. Sweat Grime has a lot of great stuff happening right now. What is Sweat and Grime, you ask? Oh, it's just the greatest trades podcast you've ever listened to. Listen to it. Even if you don't listen to podcasts, I guarantee you, once you get out of your old man cocoon and you learn how to find a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Podcaster, any of your podcast platforms, once you get outside of your old man comfort zone and you figure out how to download Sweat and Grime, you will thank me. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. That's the Men's Warehouse guarantee it right there. That's how confident I am. So check it out, guys. Ambitious, what's going on, Jay? How is it going? It has been a while. Long time no see. How are things on your end of the world, man? It's good to see you. We got Ryan last week, had a job interview, and I start on Wednesday of this week. That's right. Good job, Ryan. Congratulations. Sausage Links, we did mention that you are starting the apprenticeship. Absolutely reach out if you got any questions, and congratulations getting in. Kingsman, what if you're an operator already? As long as you can get that work visa, you can start applying for jobs over here. You can start to relocate, begin the process of getting over here, and then it's just a matter of pounding pavement and filling out applications. Woo! Brandon, yes, I always respond to Brandon, even if it's awkward and uncomfortable and I have to shield my eyes and I have to make sure that my kids are out of the room. I will respond even to Brandon. Ah, yes, delicious. Stian, what's going on, Stian? So Stian and I have been, is it pronounced Stian? Am I pronouncing that correctly? This is where I am a dumb American and I don't know exactly how to pronounce foreign names. But anyway, we're going to go with Stian until you correct me. Stian and I have been going back and forth. He is out of Norway and sends some of the I'm just going to show you because there's some of the most stunning photos. And I am convinced I want to visit Norway at some point just to go work with him because of the stunning views. Give me just a second. I promise the payout is worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a second. Where are my messages? There we go. There we go. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Yes. All right, look at this. Look at this, guys. revel in this. Revel in the view. Okay, focus, camera, focus. Here it is. Here it is. Come on. Here it is, camera. Focus, camera. There it is. Look at that view. Oh my gosh. I'm going to restart it because my camera decided to not focus on that at all. So here we go. There it is. Okay. You ready for this? Mountains, mountains, a fjord. Americans don't even know how to pronounce that word. Fjord. Look at that beautiful fjord. Oh my gosh. And then here's his other one. This is his lunch spot. This is where he has lunch, guys. It's like the most incredible scenery you've ever seen. Oh, you know, just some glorious mountains covered in beautiful fog. Oh, what's that? A waterfall off there? Oh, yes, just a lovely little waterfall. So, Stian, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for all of the stunning videos you are sending me. I am so effing jealous of your views at work. Awesome. Love it. Let's see here. Where did we go in the comments? Maybe I'm at that step now. Amazing how willing to... Let's see here. We got Waynio Harrington. Waynio, what's going on? I don't know that I've seen you in here before. Welcome to the live stream. Sausage links, no complaints. Click the 3 dots and you can dismiss the pinned comments. Well, then I won't have my t-shirt sitting up there enticing everyone to buy my stuff. That defeats the whole purpose. Come on. Come on, man. Lever Monkey, click the top right hand. Well, yeah, I know I can dismiss it. I can unpin it, but then no one's going to buy my stuff. And I need you guys to buy my stuff so that I can buy more stuff of my own. Did I not tell you guys we're building a studio? Now I need money more than ever. We got to fuel this beast. Come on now. Ah, delicious. All right, let's see here. Waynio, get me in the field when I'm finished with school. Let's see here. How much longer you got at school, Waynio? How much longer? Let's see here. I believe it. Lucky to get started with a great group. Woolly Hollow State Park is about 7 to 8 miles northeast of Greenbrier, Arkansas. That is a beautiful stretch of the country. As much as we love to rag on Arkansas for being Arkansas, we have to admit it is Arkansas. It is stunningly beautiful, and I've had the absolute best fishing trip I've ever gone on was Beaver Lake there in Arkansas. We literally trolled with the boat motor. Like we're just cruising at idle with the boat motor on this bass boat, and you would throw a line over, and it would, no joke, no exaggeration, maybe 30 seconds, and you would pull up. Oh, not one of those. Excuse me. That was uncomfortably rude. Ooh. Anyway, you would pull up these ridiculously huge bass out of nowhere. It was incredible. And then you would toss it over and you'd throw your lure back in. And again, we're cruising along with the actual boat motor. So like we're clipping along and these fish are just like every 30 seconds we're taking in fish. We're throwing them back as fast as we can because there's that many to catch. It was incredible. So anyway, Arkansas, awesome. E-Fix, backhoe champion, joysticks or 4-stick, respect only deserved on the ladder. I can run a 4-stick, I will tell you that. I'm not good at it, but I can run it because I worked at Case and I fooled around in them. But no, this was for the Global Operator Challenge. One of the machines that we had to run was a backhoe. I was able to do all of the challenge. I only missed 2 balls going in the actual bucket. Everything else was good. So I actually think I placed, they didn't give us rankings by machine, but I bet I placed pretty high on the backhoe because I was pretty dang quick for what we were doing. But unfortunately, I just got my overall ranking. If you guys weren't here for the beginning, overall ranking, I placed 4th out of all the operators that participated here in Michigan. So yeah, it was awesome. It was very exciting. I was excited about that. So yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Oh, Richard Vincent is firing off and calling me a poussoir for not folding laundry. I'm not afraid of the laundry. And technically, Richard, if we are calling out the poussoir in the room, you were the one that threw your back out folding laundry. I don't know that I've ever heard of a wussier way to throw one's back out. Perhaps dusting? Maybe that might be a little sissier than folding laundry while throwing your back out. So I'm just saying. You're right. Melissa should take a day off. Unfortunately, we are full-time parents on top of all the other stuff we have going on in life, and we don't see days off. But I did get her a massage here a little, let's see here, it's been about a month and a half, 2 months. I got her a massage. I'm trying. I'm putting in some effort, guys. Come on now. Come on now. What's going on? We got Luke. There you go. Phaser Marketing. We got Luke Egerbrotten in the house. If you rewind a little bit, Luke, in the very beginning, I absolutely gave you full credit as the sponsor for Sweat and Grime. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. It's guys like Luke that are making the podcast happen, and we appreciate it. We really do. Sweat and Grime episode with Walnut Grove Excavating was absolutely electric. Question for you. How have you seen the podcasting world help you get more involved in the dirt world? Well, that's a good question. And I'm trying to think of what route I want to go with it. Honestly, the relationships. We have formed so many relationships through the Sweat and Grime podcast. So we get messages daily from listeners, from you guys, contacting us, just telling us about your life or sharing some pictures or asking questions about certain things. And so let me try to even think here. We now have contacts in Arizona, California, North Texas, San Antonio, so south central Texas, Washington State, multiple in Washington State. I think I'm up to 3 relationships in Washington State. We had Ken White Construction, so Taylor White from Ken White Construction, he was on. He's about 3 miles northeast of me here. We've got relationships in Vermont. We've got relationships in Maine. That's Herb Sargent, which we might be going to see in person here in the next couple of months. We've got relationships in Florida. We've got relationships in Oklahoma. I've got relationships now in Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Ohio, and Indiana. That's how I'm getting more and more involved in the dirt world. I mean, it's just talking with people and then getting our message out there with what we're trying to do with the podcast. So it is awesome. It's been incredible. It's been a fun ride. Shane, you and me both, man. I am so excited for Idaho because that part of the reason I've been working so hard the last couple weeks is getting everything pushed out ahead of this Idaho trip so that I can turn everything off. I can take my nice fancy camera and I can snap pictures of the gorgeous mountain peaks, and I can take some video of Boise and the surrounding gorgeous area of Idaho, one of the more underrated states, except now California's discovered it and it's kind of gone downhill a little bit, unfortunately, like Californians tend to do, right, Shane? I'm looking at you. Shane's from California, everyone, so we need to rag on Shane a little bit, but no, it's been, I can't wait. You pronounced my name right. Oh, we got it right. That's awesome. Steon is correct. Cha-ching. Nailed it the first try. Let's see here, Ryan. Ryan Garrett, what's going on? I don't think I've said hi yet, have I? I could really just use a day off work, but being the only operator on the crew makes that kind of difficult. That does tend to be difficult. No one's commenting on the Domino's Pizza comment. We were supposed to have a healthy discussion about Domino's Pizza being the most underrated pizza since they revised their menu 10 years ago, and no one has made a single comment about that. And frankly, I find that offensive. You guys ask for topics all the time. Here I bring in a perfectly relevant topic, and no one wants to discuss it. I find that very offensive. Oh well. Good to be here. Normally I'm asleep, but my flight got delayed, so it's a late night. Oof. So what time is it over there in Norway, Stian? Because I'm too lazy to Google it in the middle of the live stream. We got Nick Santa Maria in the house. What's going on, Nick? It's good to have you this early on the podcast or on the live stream. Normally you jet in like 10 minutes right before, like you sneak in there in just enough time that you can be like, oh, I show up to your live streams, but we know what's really going on. Yeah. So it's nice to see you here at the beginning of the live stream where we can actually rag on you a little bit. We got Jackson Alonzo, who is a former Sweat and Grime guest, and we talk about him all the time on Sweat and Grime, if you haven't heard. What's going on? We did not catch any fish, and we did not eat them. Well, I guess you're talking about when we were up north at the cabin, I'm assuming. We caught a couple fish. None of them were really worth keeping and eating, so no, we did not eat any. But we are going to Idaho to see family next week, and I absolutely want to take my sons up on the Payette River or the Snake River and do some salmon fishing, or at least rainbow trout. My Jack especially loves fishing. I think he'd love to catch a rainbow trout. So, Wayne-o, July 2023. Isn't that long, trying to see what Stian is talking about. So July 2023, no, that is not that long. So is your plan to go straight into the trades, or what's your plan after you graduate? I'm assuming you're in high school still, or are you in a trade school? Let us know so that we have all of our facts accurate. Let's see here. We got, by the way, Brian, watch this once you get to this comment. It did not give the link. I don't think it will let you send links, Jackson, unfortunately. So you'll have to message me that link. Let's see here. Relationships are huge. Love the insight. You guys are doing such a solid job connecting the industry. I appreciate it, Luke. We're trying our best, man. We're just trying to get the word out there that the trades are the way to go. Because it is. Because college is way overrated. And they just want to take your money and then let you earn 40 grand a year. But I'm just saying that. Jackson, I do. I have relationships out the wazoo. The wazoo. I have no idea who just messaged me. Some random number just messaged me and said, "Hi, Brian." That's what happens when you become a YouTube celebrity. Random people somehow find your number and then message you with your name, and you have no context. But I do have a conversation to read you guys. You guys get a preview because this is absolutely going on Sweat and Grime on our next episode we do without a guest, because I'm not going to make them sit through this. But do I have a conversation for you? Let's see here. Where is it? Give me a second. I promise, if you stick with me, here it is. Here it is. Okay. This is a conversation that I randomly got on Instagram. Are we ready? Hello. Hello. How are you? Good. And you? I'm doing great. Quick question for you. What's that? This is me responding. What's that? Have your sock-covered feet ever been tickled? Now, right here is where I set my phone down and I unzipped my pants because I knew this conversation was about to get really, really good. I responded, "They have. It was delightful." He responds, Kevin. Kevin responds, "Nice. What were they tickled with?" That's personal, Kevin. Don't be a pervert. I didn't mean to make it personal. My apologies. Kevin then sends me a few pictures of what I can only assume is a feet tickling device, followed by feet tickling instruments. All right. I am intrigued, Kevin. Kevin, what do you do outside of feet tickling? Kevin responds, "Outside of feet tickling, I am a material handler." I respond, "How does one find time to juggle two full-time occupations?" Kevin, "For my actual occupation, material handler, I work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. The feet tickling is a side hustle per se." I respond, "Are you getting paid for this service, or is it more of a life-consuming hobby?" Kevin responds, "I get paid." I respond, "Retirement and benefits?" Kevin responds, "For the regular job, yes. Tickling-wise, just cash." I told him, "Kevin, it sounds like you need to get into the IUOFT, the International Union, the International Union of Feet Ticklers would help you secure great benefits, provide you with a pension, and even allow the use of the Feet Tickling Training Center." Kevin responds, "For sure." I respond, "We're here for each other, brother. You hang in there, Kevin. I know those are some long hours." Kevin, "Definitely. Will do. Being a material is rough, however worth it." I think he meant material handler, but I like him being material. I respond, "Agreed. That is a great career alternative to the feet tickling." He says, "Indeed, the feet tickling is more for kicks and giggles, with consent, of course." I responded, "Well, of course, consent is everything." Since I do respect boundaries, what do you do for a living out of curiosity? I respond, "I work in the excavating industry and I have a YouTube channel dedicated to getting people into the industry and training them on the basics so they can have a good start to their career. I'm a fellow tradesman because, of course, feet ticklers, you don't have to have a college degree to be a feet tickler, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying." Oh, let's see here. So that's kind of where we get into a somewhat regular conversation. And so now I do ask a little while later. Let's see here. I said, "So do you genuinely enjoy tickling feet?" He said he doesn't. So I said, "Are you even a foot tickler at all?" because I feel like I'm getting, you know, trolled a little bit, which is fine, because this is, at this point in time, I'm having a fantastic time with the conversation. He says, as I said, how often do you get a positive hit when starting a conversation the way we started a conversation? He said he actually gets a somewhat decent hit rate. And then we start to wind through the conversation, and he does drop the bomb that he has tickled a martial artist gym owner's feet before. How do you top that conversation? That's my question to you. I mean, how do you, that's ending the day on a high note. I want to say that conversation happened at about 8:30 in the evening. It lasted probably 20 minutes with back and forth. How do you like top that? When I set my phone down for the night, it was like, we need to have lights out, because we're not getting any better than what just happened to me right there. That was a gem of a conversation that just randomly came from nowhere. And I thought for sure this was Brandon Culpepper trolling me. So that's what happens. That's what you have to look forward to if you start a YouTube channel and you get any sort of traction. You will get messages from random feet ticklers who want to know if you enjoy having your sock covered feet tickled. So my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, do you enjoy, and I'm not talking to you, Brandon, because we already know, but for everyone else in the chat, do you enjoy having your sock covered feet tickled? Jackson, yes, you've got family in Idaho. I think you mentioned that a while back. I do recall that. Here we go. Everyone's firing up on Domino's. This is fantastic. Desiree, I love Domino's. Jackson, Domino's is fire. Excellent. I stayed in a Hotel 43 in Boise. The sweats are amazing. All right, then. All right. We got American here. How did you get your Cabelco? How did the Cabelco 210 demo go? Any cool things they updated since the latest series? Yes, the demo went fantastic. That was another thing I totally forgot to talk about. I filmed 2 demos, the Cabelco 210 I think we're on the -11 series now, and then the SK130-11. And they've done a ton of updates to the cab. They actually, on the 130, moved the fuel tank to the other side of the machine, which is actually kind of cool. I haven't really tested it in the field where we have to refuel it, because you're standing on the opposite side track and you're kind of reaching up, which is a little inconvenient. But the visibility out of the right side of the cab is fantastic on the 130. The 210, ton of power. I mean, both machines had a ton of power. The biggest update is they've updated the screen and the interface, how you interface with the screen. Totally different. It's great. They did a great job with the cab. So basically, you took the great base machine that I loved and you upgraded the cab and made it super nice so that it's now kind of on par with the cat machines. Yeah, overall great machine. They are coming pre-drilled, pre-wired for your machine control. You can select whichever machine control manufacturer you want. Great machines. Awesome, awesome, awesome machines. I will say this. Rick walked away from that demo saying if we were looking for an excavator, he'd buy one of those in a heartbeat. That's where we were at on our review. So great thing. ATC man, hey Brian, how you doing, buddy? Finally catching another one of these again. Good to see you, man. It's been a long flipping time because I don't remember your tag, but it's good to see you, and I appreciate you coming back here. Let's see here, Ryan Garrett. I don't think Domino's pizza is anything special, but maybe Canadian Domino's are different. Well, yeah, you put moose meat on them instead of all the real toppings. There's your main problem, and then you talk about it all night. That's where, you know what, I'm really not feeling the jokes tonight. I'm really not. I'm sorry. I tried. I made a good try at it. I made the old college effort. It's just not going to happen tonight. Colton. Let's see what Colton has to say. Domino's pizza is okay, but I prefer Pizza Hut, Shotgun Dan's, and Roper's. Well, sweet Jesus, Colton. Where the hell is Roper's out of? I've never even heard of Roper's. And I can't imagine Roper's is going to do anything better than chicken wings. Because it's Roper's. And I feel like if you go to Roper's, you have the option of chicken wings, chicken fried steak, and they only serve Coors Light. That's Roper's in a nutshell, in my mind. Ambitious, we got Jay. Domino's is still disgusting to me. Only would order cheesy bread or chicken Alfredo bread bowl from them. Ooh, well, that is my sweet Jesus. Shots fired, Jay. Shots fired. Wow, I didn't realize we had such bitter hatred for Domino's in here. That is I need a little ice to cool off here. Jackson, love rainbow trout. Yes, rainbow trout is delicious. I haven't had rainbow trout since I lived in Idaho, which was when I was like 8. So it's been a good long time. Yeah, been a long time. Desiree, haven't looked at the new Domino's menu yet. Well, it's been around for like 10 years now. So I feel like you just haven't been to a Domino's yet since they revamped the menu. Maybe that's a more accurate statement. I feel like that's a more accurate statement. It would be my very last option due to them being open the longest. Jay has doubled down. He actually came and shit all over my Domino's pizza, left while flipping me the bird, and then circled back around to re-shit on my Domino's pizza. Jay, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate the fact that you did circle back around while continuing to give me the bird on the way out. So that is fantastic. I do appreciate it. Catfish tastes damn good. Yes. So down in Austin, Texas, there is a place called the Catfish Parlor. It is incredible. It is a giant buffet that you walk into. Like, it's the fattest American restaurant that you can imagine because it looks like it's in a barn. In fact, I'm fairly confident it is an old barn. And it's called the Catfish Parlor. You walk in, it's just a giant inside of a barn, and it is filled with plastic picnic tables. Like, I'm not even joking. Like you're going to somebody's open house or you're going to the VA hall to go celebrate a wedding or whatever, and it's just the plastic tables with the cheap seats. That's the way this place is on the inside. But then you get to the glorious buffet, and there's just these vats of fried catfish and tartar sauce. Oh God, it's so good. And you will eat yourself silly. It is so delicious. Oh my God, I love catfish. Colton, you should not have said that. I haven't had catfish in probably a decade. God, man, I've got to go get some freaking fried catfish now. Like, I'm salivating. I'm actually salivating right now thinking about it. God. Wayne-o, he is in trade school. Okay, all right, going straight into the field. That's awesome. Is your trade school going to help you get placed? That's my next question for you. ATC man, watching the Hoodig videos makes me want to run one so bad. I feel like it'd be great for all the manhole demos, duck bank we do. It is an incredible machine. Rick and I were on a pressurized mound system this past week. Oh yeah, totally forgot about that job. That's what we did for a huge chunk of the week. We were on a pressurized mound system, and it was tucked back in the woods. It was a super tight job site, so you're having to do a bunch of spins in the skid steer. You're, totally screwing up your whole mound that you made every time you got to shuttle sand back and forth. And the whole time, I was thinking, dang, if I had that Hoodig, like, this would not be a thing at all. Just bulk in all your material, flip that baby around. It could hit all the weird angles between the trees because you could drive up in there and weave the machine. God, that's such an awesome machine. I will honestly tell you this. If YouTube sponsors Sweat and Grime, all of our platforms, if the sponsors come in and I start making stupid money, I am 100% buying a Hoodig for my own property for no other reason than I want to go out and play in it. That is 100% God honest truth. You can hold me to that. In 4 or 5 years, if this thing blows up, hold me to it. I will absolutely buy a Hoodig just to play in. It is that incredible of a machine. That's no joke. It's my favorite machine I have ever run to date in this industry. It was incredible. So yes. Let's see here. Okay, Jackson. All right. I feel more comfortable now that it's not just a total stranger. Let's see here. Heavy equipment operator mechanic. Oh, good for you, Wayne-o. It's also Wayne-you. It's really good that you're doubling on the skills. That's going to help you down the road. Desiree, Kevin is into BDSM. It wouldn't surprise me if 50 Shades of Grey was written about Kevin, quite honestly. Jackson, sounds like a porn bot. I don't think it was a bot. That was absolutely a stranger. In fact, he's a new subscriber. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the salesman that Brian from Diesel and Iron is. I was able to take a conversation about feet tickling and slowly navigate it over into, you should check out the channel and the podcast. Kevin actually texted me back and said he loved the content. Kevin is now a subscriber, so I now officially have a foot tickler subscribed to my channel. Because on Diesel and Iron, We don't discriminate, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take them all. We take the Brandon Culpeppers. We take the feet ticklers. We don't discriminate. Everyone is welcome in the Diesel and Iron Brotherhood. I'm telling you right now. There it is, Brandon. BDSM is fun. Don't judge. There you go. Riley Garrett, what's going on from Florida? My man, how hot is it down there? And tell me just how much swamp ass are you suffering from right now? Because I can tell you right now, it's hot up here in Michigan. But it ain't Florida. And we don't have your humidity. We don't have your heat. And we don't have your gators. So really, how bad is that swamp ass? I do appreciate you showing up, though. As much as I'm going to give you crap for it, I appreciate you showing up. You can't top that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Colton. Not just me recognizing you can't top it. Like, you just have to button up the night and call it a day. Because you're not coming back from that. That was a fantastic... I told him flat out, like, this was the most entertaining conversation I've had in probably the last 7 years. Easy. Easy. You know what, Ryan? That is a great thought. The Diesel and Iron OnlyFans channel, we may have to get Kevin on as a guest. Yeah, a guest star on the OnlyFans channel. Nude operating and feet tickling. Oh, the new excavator challenge. How straight of a trench can you dig with Kevin tickling your feet? Ooh, that's got a little spiciness to it. I like it. I like it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good idea, Ryan. All right, Hayden Camp. If I were trying, sorry, we're gonna get this comment, I promise. If I were trying to start an operating business, should I buy new or old equipment? So here is my 100% honest opinion. This is coming from me as an operator, and it's coming from me as a former heavy equipment salesperson. So I've got two sides to the coin that I'm looking at the situation, and I will tell you 100%, go buy a machine that has roughly 800 to 1100 hours on it. I'll tell you why. Most of the time, you're going to still be within a little bit of warranty. Most of the time, the previous owner has worked out all of the bugs, all of the kinks, because I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Cat, Komatsu, Case, Kabelco. It doesn't matter. Hitachi, all of them. Everybody just has quirks that have to get worked out of the machine from the factory. Everybody. And then once you kind of work the kinks out, that's when you discover whether or not you have a true lemon, or you've got a machine that's going to sing for you for the next 10 to 15, 20 years. And so if you kind of pick up a machine that's right around that 800 to 1100 hour mark, you've still got a very new machine, unless the guy absolutely blasted the machine, which you're going to know right away if it's all womped out. Oh, look at you, Shane. Shane, $5. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it, my man. I appreciate it. That is fantastic. That is going straight into the driveway tomorrow. We're just going to put $5 on the ground, stone right over that baby, and now you can rest confident, Shane, that your $5 contributed to the driveway to the new studio. Just for you, man. I appreciate it. But yes, going back to the machines. Once you kind of get over that 800 hours, 500 hours, somewhere in there, the previous owners pretty well worked out all of the kinks and the bugs and all the issues that you're going to have, and you're kind of getting into the nice, smooth sailing phase of having the equipment. And depending on how well you take care of your equipment, how well you stay on top of your fluid changes, how well you pay attention to the working conditions, how gentle you are on your machine, that honeymoon period, that sweet spot could last a year. It could last 5 years. And then you start moving into, and I'm not even 5 years, probably at least a couple years. And then you're going to start moving into replacing tracks, but that's no big deal. As far as having any real issues with the machine, yeah, 5, 7, 10 years. It really just depends on how hard you are on the machine. So that would be my recommendation for anyone starting the business. The other thing you got to think about too is the sticker price. It works pretty similar to a car. I mean, you drive that piece of equipment off the lot, you are not going to turn around and sell it. Well, I say that we're in this ridiculous equipment market that we are right now. But under normal circumstances, you're not going to go turn around and sell that machine for what it was, what you just paid for it. I mean, you're probably going to be 7 to 10 grand lighter than what you paid for it, because now it's not a brand new machine. Someone's taken it out and used it. It's lost value. So that's where, if you go buy that machine with 800 to 1100 hours, yeah, pick that sucker up for 12, 15 grand less than you would have paid on the lot for it. Someone else has worked through all the headaches for you, and now you're just in a really solid machine, and you got a lot of life and a lot of runtime out of it. So, let's see here. Steon, I'm a bit behind on the stream because I was unloading my car. Just got into bed. It's 2 a.m. Oh, Steon, that is brutal. It sounds like if you're in bed, in fact, there's a good chance you're not even seeing this, but if you are, you should go to sleep, and I would wish you a good night so that you can actually have a decent day at work tomorrow, because I'm telling you right now, if I was going to bed at 2 a.m. and I was expected to be on the job at 6:30, 7 o'clock, yeah, we're going to have a terrible day tomorrow. But I do appreciate you hanging out, man. It was good to see you. Hayden, yes, I got that. I got you, brother. I got you. Andrew Ruggiero. I screwed up your name. What's going on? It's good to see you, my man. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Ryan, got to Harley rake 3 miles of road ditch on Monday following a mainline crew and finished that in 5.5 hours. Not bad for most of it being on a ridiculous slope. That sounds pretty miserable. I'm not going to lie. That's a lot of effing ditch. You know what, Colton? You enjoy your space truckers, damn it. I feel like I should go enjoy some space truckers because I'm almost to the end of the chat because no one's chatting, which means we're going to have to wrap this baby up way early if we can't get some more comments in here. Guys, I can't entertain you for 45 minutes. Like, this is going to turn into a disaster very quickly if I am forced to entertain us for 45 minutes. That's going to be brutal. It's supposed to be in the 90s this whole week. Shane said we're still in the hundreds. So we actually had a whole like mid-90s week last week. It was absolutely brutal with that gorgeous Michigan humidity. Absolutely. You want to talk about swamp ass and ball sweat? We had it this past week. Fortunately, it is currently raining outside. I can see it kind of over my monitor here. We had a ton of rain this morning as a new front works its way through, and I get to spend this week working on my property in the 80s, and I'm thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. So that's where we're at up here in Michigan, but it was brutal last week for sure. Let's see here, Steon. I got the next 2 weeks off. I can stay up as late as I want. Oh, look at this man. Steon is you know what? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. We'll keep you up another 45 minutes, and then we will let you peacefully drift off to sleep, my man. Oh, Nick's working at a new Amazon warehouse tomorrow, and then the week after that, you're on vacation. Oh, nice. Nick, so you have really moved up in the world from doing those shitty retaining walls you were doing. Like, full-on Amazon warehouse. That's a legit job. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, that's awesome. Yes, you can entertain us. Oh, man, that's rough. That's going to be rough. Who is this? Who is texting me now in the middle of the live stream? Shane. Shane is texting. Let's see here. Oh, that's nice. Homemade umbrella, ladies and gentlemen. For the guys out in the sun, this is from Shane. Mr. Feltz out there in California. Oh, you can do it, camera. Focus. That's a nice homemade umbrella. Nice sunshade. You know what? If you throw some aluminum foil on one of the sides of that thing, it would actually tan his face a little bit. He'd look like one of the girls from any 80s movie you've seen recently. Let's see here. Where's the best place you've operated at? Are we talking like physical location, or are we talking like the funnest job site, or kind of specify your question just a little bit more? Let's see here. Jackson, how are you getting rain? Well, we are on a peninsula. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Michigan, the hand, is surrounded by water over here and over here. That's why they call it the Lower Peninsula. And so we get a lot of weather that comes off of the lake over to the west, and it blows to the east, and it dumps all of that moisture on us. And so we actually get a ton of rain in Michigan. In fact, I would think we're pretty close to being on par with Seattle, believe it or not. We get a lot of rain, and we have a lot of cloud cover. But that being said, yeah, that's how we get rain. And so right now we've got a front moving through. Oh, nice. And our rain, now I've got sunshine coming through. It's one of those where we're going to get rainstorm, sun, rainstorm, sun. Yeah, interesting. Oh, well. Anyway. Ryan, did you get the storm this week? Brian, we got a big storm Wednesday night, and supposedly it came from Michigan. We did get that storm. So this week. All right, here's a story. I will entertain you. So we were on the mound job, pressurized mound. I had the 2 kids out there working with Rick and I. And, you know, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but if I get pretty dehydrated, my body's response, for whatever reason, is to send every ounce of liquid into my bowels immediately. And so it is absolutely one of those moments where you're driving along and then all of a sudden I have to poop. Like right now, I have to poop. And so I stopped the skid steer. I'm in the middle of shuttling material and I just stopped the skid steer. I popped the door open. My boys are helping Rick. They're grading out some material. I said, Rick, I'm out. I gotta poop. I'll be back. So the nearest gas station is like 15 minutes down. Nah, that's not that far. Probably 7 to 10 minutes down the road. So I get into my car. I immediately drift out of the driveway like I am in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift because we're running on borrowed time. And so as I drift my car around the corner, bobbing and weaving on the dirt roads, I then drift myself out onto the main road, looking north and south, and there in the distance is this looming darkness. And we are all familiar. We work in the trades. We are all familiar with the looming darkness that is you're about to get absolutely dumped on in the next probably 10 minutes. Well, I immediately pull out my phone while drifting around trying to get to the nearest gas station, dial Mr. Rick, because my camera bag with about $10,000 worth of camera gear is sitting wide open on a pallet. And it's fully exposed to the elements with all of my camera gear, the drone, the fancy big camera, all my extra batteries, my audio equipment, the full gamut is laying right there in the open. Rick doesn't answer. So I called that son of a bitch back 3 times. 3 times Rick didn't answer. I can't do anything, ladies and gentlemen. My hands are tied. I have got to find a bathroom because we are about 45 seconds out from having a major emergency that means I'm not coming back to work. You can figure out how to get my children home. At this point, I will abandon my children with you because I am having some issues. So I get to the gas station. I'm thinking I'm in the clear, man. Like, you all know how it is. You get to your relief station and you feel that butthole relax just enough to where you go into like mega emergency mode. And so like but in relief, right? Because we're 2 minutes from total relief. And so I'm hobbling my way into the gas station and I round the corner to the bathroom only to see womp womp, bathroom's closed for cleaning and they will not open it. So I now double down on my butt clench. Because we're like we've already settled at this point. Like you know how we all know what it's like when you kind of let down a little bit. I've settled. Like we're in real emergency territory. So now I'm like trying to like put my hands in my pockets and maybe push the butt cheeks together just to kind of help out a little bit, hold back the flow. And so we got to get in the car now because I'm in full on boogie mode. So I don't even like stop for cars. Like it's like watching a Terminator movie where people are bobbing and weaving out of traffic. There's accidents happening behind me. I don't care. I have one mission, and that is about a quarter mile down the road. I know there's this brand new rec center that just got built. So they got nice shiny thrones just waiting for me. And I'm going to be the first guy to destroy this place. So I whip in there and I pull the e-brake. I'm probably ended up in a handicap spot. You know, I don't know. I didn't have time to look. I didn't have time. There's no time. And I just immediately bolt through the door and the lady says, "Hi, how are you?" And I was like, "Where's your restroom?" And she points. And I didn't even say anything. I just ran. As fast as I could. And then I hear the roar of water falling on the roof of the building. And up until this point, I haven't even been thinking about the camera. I don't have time to think about the camera until this point, until I hear the roar of water because it's pouring that hard outside. And so I immediately call up Rick again. No answer. For the 4th effing time, no answer from Rick. Like, At this point, I'm now clear-headed. We have relieved the pressure in the system. I'm back to thinking clearly, and now my panic is not about my bathroom situation. Now my panic is about $10,000 worth of camera equipment sitting out with a giant rolling thunderstorm. I get in the car. No ticket. No cops have been called at this point. I do drive away from the building rather hastily because I know I'm probably never going to be welcome back there again. Let's be honest. I try Rick one more time. He answers. I said, has the rainstorm hit? And his words, oh yeah, we're all soaked. I said, Rick, what happened to the camera bag? Oh, I got it, but it got soaked. Great. Oh, and by the way, when I was trying to bring it into the truck, I slipped in the mud and your brand spanking new, very expensive camera fell out. Oh, God. Okay. So I get back to the job site, and yes, my camera took a dive in the mud. I had my old camera, also a very expensive camera, not quite as expensive as this one, but I had that camera for 2.5 years, and it never saw the dirt. Like, I was very careful with it. And yes, it got dusty, but I never let that sucker see the dirt. And here I am with this brand new, this camera I'm recording on right now, brand spanking new camera, and it is covered in mud. I'm just like, oh God, oh God. So I came home and I spent about 30 minutes cleaning my camera, and it looks new again, and I am back to feeling okay. But that was this week. That happened this week. That was this week's emergency. That was the big event for this week. So yeah, there's your story. I don't even know what started this whole story. I don't know why we went down this rabbit hole, but you tell me if that was entertaining, because that ate up like 10 minutes of the stream and allowed some comments to finally get rolling. So fantastic. That worked out, didn't it? And now you've all heard my poop story. Oh, that's how you know you're on a good live stream right there. Feet tickling and poop stories. My goodness, this is Brandon's wet dream right here. Richard, let's see here. Okay, we got that. Oh yeah, so that's where the storm came from. That's where that came from. Yep. I think I'm running on a new Komatsu Dozer 51. Oh yeah, that's a slick machine. That's what I was running out there. I think it's a P51, isn't it? Or is it a D51P? I can't, no, it's a P51X. I don't remember how Komatsu, they got a weird naming system, but that was a sweet dozer. I was a fan. Is what a hat, Jackson? I'm unclear. This is definitively a hat. I'm unsure what the other thing is that you're referencing that could be a hat. Andrew, does heavy equipment come with a title or a bill of sale when you buy it from a dealer? It does not, and that blew my mind. That absolutely blew my mind. Outside of your paperwork that you get from the dealership, there is no record of you ever owning the machine. Like, it's... if you finance the machine, there will be some paperwork that has serial numbers on it that's trackable and traceable, but if I just go buy a machine from somebody, nope. It's very fascinating how that works. But that's why telematics are great, because if someone comes and yanks your machine, you know how to find it then. So yeah. Yes, we get lake effect weather. We don't get it so much because I'm kind of, so this is what everyone does in Michigan. Here's Michigan. We're kind of right here in the central part. And so what happens is the weather comes across, it kind of peters out right about here. All of the real bad snow and everything. But occasionally, yeah, a couple, probably, if I had to guess, probably 3 or 4 times a year, either rain or snow, we will get lake effect weather, and we'll get some pretty good weather. But outside of that, we don't typically get it this far inland. Let's see here. Nick, never ran a Komatsu Dozer. I'm stuck running a D6K. And the D6K series dozers, I absolutely do not like at all. I'm just going to be honest. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. But that, man, that Komatsu, especially the visibility, because you have your cooling stack in the back. The visibility out of the front, nobody else in the business can touch it. It's incredible. And that dozer is really well balanced. I would put it on par with the case as far as push power. Like, it pushes like crazy. I was very, very impressed with the Komatsu. So, Let's see here, Ryan. Whatever Storm has, I got to see later. I live a couple hours straight west of him. Yeah, absolutely. So all this weather we're getting today, well, you're probably getting storms right now. That all rolled through at like 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. It was beautiful. Thunder, lightning. My old dog came in all scared. I had to get him up into bed with me to calm him down. It was a good time. Lever Monkey, Shane. Best place was in Yosemite Park. We widened 9 miles of road going into the park. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Stian, do you have any advice for operating when there's lightning in the area? I've always wondered if there is a danger to the operator if the machine gets hit. No, there is not. In fact, one of the safest places you can be is inside the machine, because the way electricity works, and you may know this, I'm going to tell it to everybody so everybody has the knowledge. The way electricity works, it wants to get into the ground as quickly as possible so that all those electrons can dissipate. And it's going to take the shortest route possible. So, if you are in a giant metal cage, that electricity is going to pass right around you. You'll never know outside of the shit your pants light and boom that's going to happen. But as far as feeling it, you will not feel getting hit by lightning outside of, like I say, the shock wave. But you're not going to feel like you get shocked or electrocuted or all, because it's actually going totally around you. It's totally bypassing the cab. It's going straight through the actual structure of the machine, through the tracks into the ground, because that's what electricity wants to do. Where people get in trouble is they panic because, yeah, you're in a giant lightning rod. You're in this gigantic machine that reaches to the sky and is made of metal. Yes, you attract lightning. So everyone's like, oh, we should get out of the machine. Well, no, because guess what? When the lightning hits the ground, the electrons dissipate. If you're standing anywhere close to the machine, you're going to get electrocuted. Now, whether or not it kills you is totally by chance. It really just depends on the lightning strike and how well it dissipates, but you don't want to be on the ground. You want to be in the machine. Being in the machine is a really, really safe place. That is the safest place you can be on a job site outside of removing yourself from the situation entirely. You know, that's why we shut down job sites and we vacate the premises, is because ideally no one's even on the job site. But if you do find yourself stuck on a job site, which I have been many a time in a lightning storm, stay in your machine. Do not get out of the machine. Oh, let's see here. Doom and gloom. Got a bucket, nothing on the job site. So here's the deal. We didn't have any, like, this was not going to be a real neat and tidy poo that you could just take out on the job site. This was going to be, like, we're talking ass blaster, okay? This was not going to be a nice cleanup. And I was not going to leave articles of clothing behind for cleanup. And I didn't have any shop towels. So, you know, we've all been there, ladies and gentlemen. You can judge my actions, but when you've got one of those coming on, sometimes it's just the right call is to make sure you have a nice facility available to you to totally blow up. Let's see here. Andrew, just shit in the middle of the job site and wipe your ass with your shirt like a real blue collar. No. I'm sorry. I was wearing, like, I don't even remember. I think I was wearing one of my nice diesel and iron shirts. And we cannot soil the diesel and iron shirt. I mean, like, you know, flag protocol, how you're supposed to handle flags? Diesel and iron. Like, you're not going to wipe your ass with that. Come on now. Come on, Andrew. And I would hope that if you bought some diesel and iron swag, that you would not handle it so carefree and lackadaisical by wiping your ass. Come on now. Lever Monkey, Shane. Same as hitting the power lines. Pass through the rig to the ground. Anyone around you may be in trouble. Absolutely. Stay in the machine. Jackson, maybe you should give your kids a phone in case it happens again. No, they were fine. They were with Mr. Rick and they had a good time. They got all soaked, but they had a good time. Jason has retracted his message. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, Jason. So welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming out, and I apologize that you had to start your live stream experience with a poop story. So, Stian, all right, good to know. Hopefully I'll never experience that though, but I work on mountaintops quite a bit, so I think the machine getting hit by lightning is bound to happen someday. I will say your machine's gonna get screwed. We had a roller get hit on a job. It was one of the new cat rollers that has a ton, everything is electrical on those things. Totally fried all of the circuit boards on it. Cat was out there for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. systematically going through all of the circuit boards, replacing them to test to see if it was going to work. It took forever to get that roller back up and running, and I don't even want to know what the bill was. So your machine will not make it through that experience in good working order, but you will, and that is what is important. Money can buy machines, money cannot buy lives back. So thank you for the compliments, Dion. I do appreciate that. I tried to really embellish that one for you. Ryan, yeah, the time that storm got to us had a tornado warning. Foreman was still trying to make us work, even though you could see the lightning and the big black cloud coming. Gotta love those foremen that totally throw safety to the wind and just keep right on rolling. You know, nothing says I value human life more than that. Jackson, the umbrella picture Ryan sent you, is that a hat? Oh no, that was a piece of cardboard box, and Shane sent that. And it was a cardboard box that someone had cut out to create their own little sunshade. Oh, Jason did post. Hi, Brian. I was lucky enough to get hired on at LGC Global as an operator, having only 2 years of operating experience at a scrap metal yard, looking for some advice as I'm super green. I'm going to be honest. I don't have a ton of advice for you because I've never worked in a scrap yard. But I will say, anytime you're working with scrap, just be super careful, just because there's going to be times where you might have a piece that's longer than you anticipate, or you might grab into a pile and you grab something that's longer that is attached to the thing that you're actually grabbing, and it could cause it to swing into the machine. So just always kind of keep your head on a swivel. Make sure that you're paying attention when you go into those piles of scrap. I don't know if you're dealing with chewed up scrap or if you're dealing with raw, like big beams and stuff. But if you're dealing with the big beams and everything, that is just something to be aware of. Kind of like working in brush in an excavator. You know, I might grab a tree over here and it affects a tree over here that could either swing into the machine, or if there's a laborer or someone on the ground, it could swing into them and hurt them. So just always be aware of how the thing you're grabbing is going to affect things around you. So that's about all I've got, though, as far as scrap handling goes. Just because I have never spent any time in that world, I don't know anything about it. So I'm sorry, I cannot be more helpful on that. I would assume a lot of the concepts that we apply on this channel will probably work, and so I would encourage you to watch some videos and see. But yeah, I don't have any experience in that side, so I don't know. Ryan, there's nothing like snow squalls coming off the lake. Unpredictable, and they can dump some snow in a hurry. That is true. So I will say that about lake effect. For those of you who don't know what lake effect is, it's basically where the system is blowing across the lake in a way that the lake is totally saturating the air with moisture, and as soon as it gets over land, it dumps all the moisture. And where we really see it here in Michigan is in the wintertime. You get lake effect snow, and it is unbelievable the amount of snowfall you can get. We've had storms where we'll get 14 to 16 inches in like an hour and a half period, just depending on how quick it wants to come down. It is nuts. That is one of the few reasons I'm glad we don't live on the west side of Michigan. It's stunningly beautiful over there. There's a lot of really cool cities. Grand Rapids is a great city. It's booming, really good economy, but you also get a crap load of snow because of that lake effect. So, yeah, I would hate to have a snow contract over there when they're getting lake effect. Let's see here. Jim Caviezel got struck by lightning during the filming of The Passion. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. He did get struck by lightning. Desiree, Ass Blaster, the famous Domino's pizza. You know, I haven't had any ass blasting issues with Domino pizza. Yeah, I'm a fan of the new Domino's menu. I'm not gonna lie, I am. Ryan, Ass Blaster is definitely a McDonald's thing. See, I haven't had that. Now, Taco Bell, if we're really truly talking about ass blasting, I'm gonna say Taco Bell is probably your worst culprit. That one, you know, you've got a 45-minute head start. We'll just put it that way. And you know, as soon as we wrap up the meal, you got your countdown timer that you hit start on, and you got 45 minutes. Make sure you're around a facility. Don't get on the broom tractor and head down 11 miles to the other end of the job site. It's not going to end well for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying, that's where you're going to run into some issues. And if you do, Take a roll of shop towels. Have a couple extra t-shirts at the ready. This is the sort of advice you can get from Diesel and Iron's channel. I'm trying to prepare you for the real world, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm trying to do here. We all have a good work poop story. Absolutely, Jeff, we do. By the way, good to see you, Jeff. Everyone's got a good poop story, for sure. That's just part of being in the trades. We've all been in that situation. I don't even know, like, what to call it. Like, the depths of despair. Yeah, just, you know the feeling. Like, all of a sudden, like, you're having a glorious day. Like, you're out there and you're smiling and the birds are chirping and butterflies, and then all of a sudden, within 4 seconds, you have just broken out in a cold sweat across your entire body. And we're all familiar with the sound that your belly does. And then you're just like, we have to do something now. There is no time to think. There is only time to find the nearest porta-john, the nearest bush, possibly a shrub. At this point, I will risk getting the public nudity charge, because it's either that or I'm gonna mess my pants. So we've all been there. I think we all can relate. We can all relate. Jackson, Brian, you should give your kids a phone so in case there's another rainstorm and Rick doesn't pick up, you can call him. Jack desperately wants a phone. The problem is he is 8 years old and there's no way in hell I'm giving him a phone, especially with how smart he is. The Canadian. What's going on, the Canadian? But you're not the only Canadian in here, so it's hard to call you the Canadian. But I do appreciate you showing up. Make sure you have your tetanus shots up to date. Honestly, with what happened in that bathroom, I was more worried about Hep C. Really, that's the problem. Brandon, dude, give us more salamander facts. You are so slacking on emailing facts. I'm disappointed. You know what? I apologize. Let's talk about salamander. Did you know salamanders breathe through their skin? There you go, Brandon. Right off the top of my head, because that's how we roll. Ryan, 45 minutes is generous. You're right. But some of us like to live on the edge. You know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you're not drifting into the nearest bathroom, then you have too much. You've given yourself too much time. You need to be ripping into that parking lot. If you don't need a new set of tires after you went for your poop run, you're not cutting it close enough. Brandon, I don't have a problem with Taco Bell. Pizza Hut runs right through me. Pizza Hut. Well, Pizza Hut, yeah, I will say that. Pizza Hut's got some greasy pizza, and that just lubricates the inside. Ooh, I tell you what, you want to prepare for a colonoscopy. I agree. Yeah, that greasy Pizza Hut pizza, that'll get you. The Canadian. Heard guys say that when they worked on pipelines in the bush, they carry toilet paper roll in their bags. If they got to go, they hop out, poop, for the sake of the algorithm, poop in their excavator bucket, clean up, keep on digging. Yeah, I've done it. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I have spent my fair share of time in the woods. Unfortunately, this was a residential lot. There were multiple houses around. I did not have shop towels. So it was really going to be, I mean, just imagine a bear of a man, because you guys see this glorious facade here. Unfortunately, it's covered in hair underneath. So a bear of a man takes off his shirt in the wilderness, backs up against a tree like he's going to scratch his back, like a bear of a man should. Absolutely. You use a tree to scratch your back because that's the only way you do it as a man, as a real man. But instead of scratching his back, the bear of a man proceeds to undo his belt buckle and take his pants down, and then just utterly abolish that tree in full view of your children as you're having snack time, because kids are out of school right now. And so as you sit, imagine yourself as the stay-at-home mom or dad, and you all sat down to snack time, because that's what time it is. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's snack time, and everyone's having a great day. You've had a great morning. The kids have really been behaving. You guys, I don't know, maybe you decided to sit down and play some Uno, and it went really good. Everyone was having a good time, and you come upstairs to get snack, and the sun's shining, the birds are chirping, and then all of a sudden you see this guy trudge out into the woods and take his shirt off and drop trowel. I mean, it was going to be bad. I don't think you guys understand. It was going to be bad. So yeah, that's why I had to go full Tokyo Drift, and I had to get to a real toilet. I'm just telling you. Why are we? I agreed. Why are we still talking about this? I don't know. I do not know. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, exactly. Shane, see, I still make that mistake. I thought when I went to work with Rick, because we're generally right around the corner from any place that I could go do this, I didn't really have to worry about it. And so I haven't really thought about it up until the other day. And then, I've had to rethink life. I will begin carrying a roll of toilet paper again with me. But still, that didn't take care of the aspect of the poor family trying to have snack time, watching some guy shit in the woods behind their house. And then all of a sudden, this guy's got to have, unfortunately, the birds and the bees talk with his kids about what just happened and how a human body can conceivably produce that much poop in one sitting. I mean, like, that's the reality of the conversation that father or mother has to have with their children. So, let's see here. Yes, Waynio, that is the best part of this channel, is all the blue collar love right here. We are an absolute family, and we get to share poop stories with each other. Ryan, I just keep, Jackson says Pizza Hut is good. I agree, Pizza Hut is delicious, but it is greasy. I just keep shop rags in my car, good for cleaning up after an ass blaster. Greasing equipment, or if you get some electrical tape and make one hell of a Band-Aid. Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just gonna say, yeah, good advice. Why are we, Andrew? Why aren't we still talking about poop stories? Shane, I don't have to worry about the Taco Bell, as I am the token white guy. I'm surrounded by real tacos daily. You get I will say, I miss working with a full Mexican crew, because we got homemade tamales. Ooh, God, if you haven't had homemade tamales from an actual Hispanic woman, like, I'm not saying like someone went down to the local Mexican food place that's owned by a bunch of white guys and got tamales. I'm saying, if you haven't had one of your Hispanic coworkers bring homemade tamales that their wife spent the weekend making, good God, are you missing out on life? I'm telling you, that right there is the absolute best part of the trades. Right there. I miss living in Texas for that one aspect right there. I don't get homemade tamales anymore, and I miss it. Oh God, it's so good. Ryan, would you rather us talk about Andrew Camarada, or Daddy Wit? You know what? At this point in time, no. You know what? We've only got about 10 minutes left anyway. We're not struggling for stories. We're not. This is not the bow hunter story, Jackson. It is not. Jason, I'm sorry I worded that wrong. I've been at the scrapyard for 2 years, and I'm starting at an excavation company here in Michigan. I'm extremely new when it comes to construction. Any advice? That makes more sense. I mean, you've got the machine motions down, so at this point, what I would say is just really pay attention, and this doesn't even have to be on the job. I mean, the beauty of YouTube, right? Go watch some operators operate on the dirt side, and you're going to pick up a lot of stuff right away on how they approach the pile, how they approach the dirt, if they're trenching, how to bench. It's a lot easier when you have your hands underneath you and you understand the concepts of how the machine's going to move and react. But that being said, don't hesitate to reach out. And I am curious, where out in Michigan are you at? I'm curious how far away you are. Let me know. The Canadians still want to be a construction worker now, little Timmy. Exactly. That, yeah, there's your conversation. And that is why you stay in school, so you don't have to poop on a tree in the woods. I think that would actually be a stronger motivator for kids to go to college than what they're currently telling students. Right there is, like, we could absolutely, I think it should just be a litmus test that's given around 8th, 9th grade maybe, is as a construction worker, you're either going to poop in a 1,000-degree, 4,000% humidity, because let's be honest with ourselves. It's not humidity in those porta-johns. It is poo-midity. It is all of the water from the urine and the poo that is wafting up and creating the stuffy environment that you now sit in while you enjoy your poop, or you're pooping out in the woods. We just tell that to kids in 8th or 9th grade. and you're going to get two very clear paths that split off. There's going to be 70% of the kids who are like, F that, I'm going to college, I will pay $60,000 not to poop in that experience. Or you've got the 30% who are like, I poop in the woods already, I'm fine, it's great. Let's see here. Andrew, I work on a barge, so I just jump off the edge, shit in the water, do a little splash to clean up and act like nothing happened. But I feel like there's other people on the barge, and poop floats sometimes. So I feel uncomfortable with the idea of swimming in my poop and then doing a little splash with the poop water that I am treading water in. I feel like I wouldn't really feel clean after that, Andrew. In fact, I would say I'd probably need to bathe in hand sanitizer before I eat my lunch. Hopefully you only have to poop after lunch. That's brutal. That's pretty rough. Jackson, Brian, my boss got our hotel set up for Equipment Expo. Really excited. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun, Jackson. That's really cool that you guys are doing that. Canadian, Jason, absorb everything you can from the old timers, and remember, nothing replaces time in the seat. Always try to improve efficiency and maximize safety for your laborers. Boom. Great advice, Canadian. Absolutely great advice. Honestly, if you understand the concepts of the machines, if you just spend some time watching other operators in the industry, kind of get a feel for how things are done on the dirt side of the industry, it shouldn't be too hard to transition over. Now you're just learning all the dirt stuff. I thought I was going to burp, but it didn't come out. And so now it just looks like I don't know. I'm just uncomfortable. Anyway. And thank you so much for the content. Jason, thanks for watching. Like, in all honesty, all poop stories aside, you guys make the channel. You guys are what fuel this thing. So I really, really do appreciate you guys watching and commenting, showing up for the live stream. Believe it or not, this is huge. When I started this live stream, it was just me and a handful of people in here. It's slowly grown over. I mean, shoot, right now we're at 30 people in here, which is awesome. You guys make this thing go, so I appreciate you watching. Jackson, Brian, I think that if there were more people like the Brians, Matts, and Ricks of the world, the trades would be more inviting. You guys are really nice to people, laid back and chill. You know, we try. We absolutely try. Shane's backing me up with the tamales, and Shane can because he's out in California, so you know he's getting delicious homemade tamales. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Jason, 12 Mile and Woodward area, Metro Detroit, go to work for Lakeshore Global. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I'm up here in Howell. At some point, you ought to swing out this way. Maybe we can meet halfway and go to dinner or lunch or something sometime and, you know, shoot the shit, and you can ask me questions, and I'm happy to answer them. Ah, yes. Sadly, we all understood exactly where he was going with that, Shane. I don't know what you're talking about there, Ryan. Just like the winter pea steam. Oh, pea, yes. The pea steam. That is a fantastic part of the North, is the pea steam. And there's no getting away from your own pea steam. Like, that's the thing, too, is for whatever reason, it slowly rolls up your body. So even if you're, like, turning your head to the side, you're still getting full-on pea steam right into the nostrils. Love it. Absolutely love it. Favorite part of wintertime. And you know, as a real man, as a real tradesman, so that I can come out and flaunt the size of my Johnson to everyone on the job site, I no longer turn my head back. Instead, I lean into it and that way, as it rolls out, that just giant cloud of pea fog that rolls out of your mouth, you instantly dominate everyone on the job site. No one will mess with you on the job site if you just, you breathe that fire right out of your mouth. Works every time, like a charm. Smash that like button. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button and hit the little dingly bell next to it so that you can be notified when my obnoxious ass is back on camera again. 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes. This is your 5-minute warning. I just don't want to throw anyone off guard here thinking that we're going long tonight, because we're not. And we will not be live next week. Before I forget, we're going to wrap this thing up with me talking about the fact that we're not going to be on next week. I'm going to be in Idaho. I'm going to be in the mountains. I'm going to be worrying about everything except for this. I'm not going to worry about the channel. I'm not going to worry about the podcast. I'm not going to worry about any of the other things going on. I'm going to go take pretty pictures of mountains, damn it. So no live stream next week. And I think the following week too, because that's when we travel back into town. Stay posted on that. Just watch for the notification, just like you did tonight. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It's not scary. I mean, come on. Come on now. Come on. Oh, the winter pea stream really makes a man out of you trying to get past all the insulated clothing. Yes. That's a whole other aspect of the winter pea. When you're wearing 14 layers and you've got to get your tiny little Johnson out of there because she's all frozen up and tucked up inside your body and you're having to coax her. I mean, let's be honest. There's some real coaxing that happens during the wintertime if you want to be able to pee outside of your Carhartts. We've all been there. Don't act like all of us are swinging 8-inch Johnsons. We all know that's not true. Everyone has to do a little coaxing in the wintertime. Come on, baby. Just a little bit further. I got to clear the zipper. That's all we got to do is just clear the zipper. There's no cameras in here. We're not shy about the fact that we're struggling. We just got to clear the zipper. And then you can tuck right back in. You can go about your business and tuck right back in. But in this moment, I need you to clear the zipper or I'm going to have a very embarrassing walk out of this porta-john. We've all been there. Yes. Oh, let's see here. Any hats on your clothing? Yeah, I have hats, my man. Jesus Rides. Thank you for showing up. It's good to see you again. I have hats. I have beanies. I have yoga pants. You know what? Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. You may find the yoga pants comfortable. I know Brandon loves his yoga pants. Let's see here. Jackson, you forgot Totten. No, he named Matt. Matt, Mother Fluffin' Totten. Let's see here. Canadian, something so satisfying about digging in the dirt when it's steaming fall, early winter. I agree. That is fantastic. And I will tell you, that gets even better when you become a YouTuber and you're looking for that just sexy, gorgeous B-roll footage. If you go watch my first video of when I went to see Carson Chifsky, I actually got some of that where you've got the light shining through the steam as I'm kind of rotating it. Oh God, it looks so good. So good. So yes, I'm all about the steam in the wintertime. Just not when it's coming off of your pee directly in your face. Oh, big whiff of that coffee piss. That's the best, is when you get the like after, the after effects of coffee to where it's just that nice coffee urine mix. Nothing will wake you up more than the coffee pee fog. Yeah. I do love that we can all collectively relate. And that does beg the question, do females suffer from the pee steam? I can't imagine that's a problem that really biases itself towards one gender. I could be wrong here, and maybe we need a female. We do need more females in the industry, and here's a prime example. We need to get to the bottom of this. Do females suffer from the pee fog as well? The pee steam? I would have to imagine yes. Questions will need to be asked. Maybe it's a topic for Sweat and Grime. I don't know. Go listen to Sweat and Grime, and maybe you can discover whether or not females suffer from pee steam as well. And I do love that my female cousin showed up just in time for me to say that. That is chef's kiss timing right there. That we've had a beautiful live stream, and then my female cousin, who I'm going to see next week, I believe, in Idaho. I think so. Lindsay, are you going to Idaho? Let me know. But yes, just in time for us to have the pee discussion, my female cousin that I see next week comes on. So, gotta love YouTube. Anyway. Let's see here. 30 people in here. I remember when it used to be 8 to 12. Yeah, Andrew, it is growing. It's doing awesome. Exciting things happening. I am meeting with the sales manager for Michigan Cat this week. I'm immediately turning around and meeting with SciTech, which is the machine control company. They are super, super, super excited to work with us. So we've got all that cooking. Things are really popping behind the scenes that you guys aren't seeing. We're going to have some really cool content coming up. I'm doing down and dirty videos on let's see here, how to use a laser grade box. We're going to do some videos on how to use a total station. We're going to do some videos on how to use 2D 3D GPS. We're going to do all of it because now I have access to the machines, and I'm going to try to talk the cat sales guy into letting me get in some bigger equipment, maybe a 385. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a D8, maybe D9. I don't know. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have to see what is in store for the channel. So all that being said, oh, she is coming. So I cannot wait to see you, Lindsay. I'm super excited, and I genuinely mean that. That's not for the live stream. I genuinely mean that. It's been way too long. I have not seen my Idaho. Lindsay is actually from Washington. I think you're in Washington, or are you back in Oregon now? I can't remember. I have not seen that side of my family. Man, what has it been, Lindsay? I think it's been like 6 or 7 years now. It's been a long flipping time. Which, by the way, just so you guys know, Lindsay is actually my cousin that is from one of my uncles. My 2 uncles on that side of the family are one of the big inspirations for me getting into the trades to begin with. So I have a very, very special attachment to that side of the family. And that's part of the reason I am so excited about this trip. I really, really, really love that side of the family. But because it's so effing expensive to go out there, I don't ever get to go out there, especially now that we've had kids and it's costing $2,400 to fly that way. Maybe even more than that. Now that I think about it, I think it was more than that. It's hard to get out there, so I'm very excited. Anyway, Desiree, great podcast. Poop, coffee, pictures, pee, weathering. Yes, you forgot about the females. Yes, except Desiree, I make the same mistake. We're not on podcast. This is a live stream. Yeah, this is the live stream. The podcast is still coming on Tuesday. Yeah. Or no, Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. I don't even know when my own podcast drops. Sweet Jesus. My God. We got to wrap this baby up. It's 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Would you ever come out to Oregon and help my small growing excavation company? Arnold, absolutely. So here is, and this is the God honest truth. I love traveling to work with other people. My only ask is you cover my travel. Don't put me in a crappy motel. You know, pay for a somewhat decent place. And then I ask $30 an hour. I'm not going to bend you over the table with my operator pay. $30 an hour to come out on the job. Yeah. So if you cover, you know, so I'm not paying out of pocket for my travel and for my stay. And then, you know, $30 an hour. I am happy to come out. I can stay for a week. I can stay for 2 weeks if you want that. We can absolutely do that. I will say this, Arnold, contact me. Oh, there it is right there. Boom, right on time. Contact at dieselandironproductions.com. Let me know if you want me to swing out there, and we will start talking some logistics. We'll start talking pricing and seeing if it's going to work for you and it's within your budget. Love to help you out. If it's not going to work out from a budget standpoint, you are more than welcome to contact me and ask questions. We can set up a call. I coach people all the time over the phone. But that being said, it's not the same as coming out and working on the job with someone. I love working with guys. So you let me know what you want to do. So all that being said, you guys have yourselves a lovely evening. Lindsay, I cannot wait to see you. I really cannot wait to see you and your family. And we will see you guys in what, 2 weeks? Maybe 3? Probably 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks, because I think we fly back on a Saturday, which means I should be live the following Sunday. But just in case not, we'll see you in 3 weeks. So you guys have yourselves a great evening. I will respond to the last couple people via the actual comments. But yeah, I'm taking off. I'm calling it an evening. You guys have a good one. We'll see you.